Good day. It's nice to see you again. I would like to talk with you today about Pakistan, about the government of Pakistan, as well as governance, about taking responsibility for your country, as well as who owes whom. As many of us have seen, the floodwaters which have ravaged Pakistan and the province of Sindh, I just wonder who, here in our own small country, who believes we should bear a large part of the burden of both rescue, support, tents, survival, and even rebuilding of that country. Apparently, I think it was the foreign minister who was being interviewed on the BBC Today programme this morning. She believes that because we here in the United Kingdom, as well as the rest of the Western world, and because we generated all that terrible carbon dioxide when we went through our industrial revolution and when we went through building our own country, and of course when we went through two world wars, that all that nasty carbon dioxide has changed the climate, and we're all going to be murdered in our beds unless we all stop eating, keeping our houses warm and everything else. But that's beside the point. She said, you owe us. Britain owes Pakistan that help, which is going to run into many billions of pounds, because it was us that started the climate revolution, which she believes. I think she believes that caused the climate change to shovel large amounts of water all over her country. Now, I noticed that Grant Shapps stood on his little hind legs, pouting like a little chicken or something like that, and promised to put a great deal of our money, again borrowed money because we don't have very much right now, a great deal of borrowed money into the rebuilding of Ukraine. I don't think anybody asked us if we should help. I mean, okay, we should certainly help Ukraine defend herself. We supplied a great many of the guided missile rockets and stuff like that, which took down a fair percentage of Putin and Russia's tanks, and a good job they made of them as well. I think they decorated the main street in Kiev, not Kiev, Kiev, with burnt out scrap iron, which were tanks and armoured cars and stuff like that. Now, as I say, I mean, I don't believe that he was even authorised to say he was going to give some money, but there again he did. But let's get back to Pakistan. We here in the United Kingdom, we have a default deficit rate on tax, income tax and corporation tax and every other sort of tax of somewhere around about, I think it's about 2.5%. In other words, we all obey the law in one form or another, and we all pay our taxes, despite many of us thinking they shouldn't get their hands on it because they foul things up and spend so much money so foolishly. But that's beside the point. In Pakistan, I have it on excellent authority that the percentage of people who pay taxes in Pakistan is somewhere around about 1%, which is of course why they're looking for suckers in the wider world community to help pay the bills, because they can't pay for them themselves. Now, don't see why we should give Pakistan anything more than the absolute minimum of about £3.05, because Pakistan, amongst other things, supported, sheltered, and helped the Taliban when they were fighting the British and the American forces in Afghanistan. The Haqqani network, I think it's called the Haqqani network, which is a vast underground virtual army, helps support the Afghanistan Taliban in many ways, including, of course, as I say, giving them shelter. So why should we give anything to Pakistan to help their bad governance and their complete lack of preparedness for natural disasters such as the heavy rains and the floods, which have helped? Fair enough, it virtually wiped out part of the Sindh province. But it's not down to us. If we are asked, I think our useless government will probably wave their hands around and go into the piggy bank and get a couple of million quid. But that should be it. We don't owe anybody anything, because as far as I'm concerned, the whole climate change is a farce, a lie, and all this bullshit about net zero is just part of the global network to make us all poor, a hell of a sight poorer, a hell of a sight colder. And I don't see many of the elite giving up their expensive flats and private jets and everything else just to fall in with some greeny clown who claims that we're all going to be murdered in our beds tomorrow if we don't achieve net zero. My idea is quite simple. We should, if the climate is changing, fair enough, but we should wait until the big movers like China, like India, and like America achieve their net zero targets, and then we might think about doing the same. I'm sorry if I come off rather offhanded about people with problems. I mean, it's terribly sad that Pakistan has such a problem right now. But as for owing anybody anything, no, we don't owe you a goddamn plugged cent. Thank you. I thank you for your time, and I hope to see you again. Tiddly-um-pom-pom.